Hello, everyone. Coming to you from our lovely hotel room that we have for a few more days. We are overwhelmed by everyone's kindness. After last week's video, we got some financial donations, and it was amazing. From at least 4 people, well, now 5 people, and yeah, I have a whole list. Actually, I think I'm up to 6 or 7 people that have helped us financially during this crazy time. Today is hump day, and I have Wednesday. I posted last night over on our Facebook page that I went and found Wednesday. Okay, today, so funny. Before we went to drop the kids off at school today, I pulled up the commercial on YouTube, of course, because that's where you find all the obscure old commercials. So I found it. My husband had actually looked up who did the voice of the camel off of the commercial, and it ended up being the same actor that plays Taserface in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and he is hilarious. He is also on This Is Us. One of my favorite actors, because he's so funny, and he's great at what he does. And to find out that he's one of my favorite stupid commercial voices is awesome. Okay, yes, I'm playing with my hair. It's what I do. ADHD. My hair is my fidget toy most of the time. So you'll see me fidget with my hair during videos. Yeah. Toby is whining right now because his dad just left for work. Poor little Toby's. His daddo just left for work. He says, guys, I'm so sad. He says, guys, I'm so sad. I've had my dad with me like every day for months. And now my dad has gone to work. My tiny humans aren't here. All I got is mom. There's all these weird noises and smells around this place. I'm so lost. Our poor little Toby's. Right now he's trying to look out the window, which he's way too small to do. For those that have followed for a while, we've had Toby for almost 2 years. We got him when he was 9 months old. We got him from a couple of friends that we had in Alabama. He was a rescue. They got him from a puppy mill, and he was the runt of the puppy mill. So when they got him, he was pretty poorly treated. And then when they got him, they didn't really treat him much better. He got bullied by the other dog, away from food, away from water. So he would constantly get in the garbage. They wouldn't let him outside to go potty, or if they did, it was very seldom. So yeah. But we love our Toby. He's our emotional support dog, but our emotional support dog needs an emotional support dog. But he's a good boy. A good boy that needs to get his nails trimmed. And he has a lot of separation anxiety. And since we moved back to Idaho and Brandy really wasn't working outside of the house much, Toby either would come with us when Brandy had to work, or he had other dogs to play with, or other kids, or whatever. So he constantly, he had a distraction. when Dad wasn't there, and now he doesn't. But here in about an hour, I get to go pick up the girls from school. I get to walk and go get them. It's not very far, honestly. Probably next week when I do it, I'll video it. That's not a far walk from where we're at. And so I go get them. And today is Cassandra's birthday. She is turning 11 today. So 11 years ago at this time, I was in the hospital, I think, getting an epidural at this time. Yeah. So that's where I was 11 years ago at this time. In the hospital, getting an epidural, waiting for Cassie to make her grand debut. A little bit about that, I guess, is that she had broken my rib while in utero. And I was worried that the epidural wouldn't cover that far. And when they did it, I was pleasantly surprised that it did. So, yeah. Fast forward now, when about 2 years ago, back in 2021, I went into a chiropractor and found out that that rib is in fact still broken and never healed properly. So it's about a 1/4 inch off of alignment. And in order to fix that, they have to re-break it. And I'm not doing that. So, I also, Brandy cut my hair. He missed a little bit right here. So I'm going to have to take the scissors. I've got to get the scissors out anyway because Brandy Jo needs her bangs cut. Emo phase. Her hair. So she got bangs a couple years ago. She's kept up with them, but now she's gotten into a phase where she doesn't want me to cut them, but I don't want her to cut them because she's going to cut them too short. So it's either I pin them back with bobby pins or she lets me trim them. So yeah, we're working on that. Right now here in Idaho, it is sunny, cloudy. There's flood warnings. I don't know. Idaho weather is pretty close to Alabama weather. I've told you guys that before. If you don't like it, wait 15 minutes. It's very much the same. It's definitely summer here already. We're looking at 80s this week, and then I think it's supposed to drop down to the 70s next week, and we're supposed to get a bunch more rain. But with all the 80-degree weather, and it's been 60 to 70 degrees up in Cascade where we were, all the snowpack is melting off. So the rivers and all that are flooding. So that's super fun. Yeah, it'll be all right. It doesn't ever get too bad. The last 2 big floods, there was one in 1997, so when I was a kid, and then there was another one in 2017. That was right after Snowmageddon, and we had gotten way more snow than the area had ever seen. Now, this year we didn't get snow as much in the valley as we did in the upper parts of Idaho. So last year when we had gone to the upper areas of Idaho to get Brandy's parents, they had no snow on the mountains, which was super unusual. This year, living in Cascade during the last portion of winter, there was more snow than there ever was last year. So it's understandable that there's going to be flooding. And I've said it for months. I'm like, oh, there's going to be flooding this year. So yeah, that's what's going on here weather-wise. Just a lot of wet, a lot of hot. it's unusual for the flooding to be taking place at this point in the year. Normally it happens between February and March. So we've had a cooler spring so far until about this last week when it made it up to almost 90 on Sunday. Made me really, really happy that I had an air conditioner. Yeah, we were able to get into the room. So we got the room initially. We got it Friday night and we were here until Monday morning. Then we had several more people pitch in money. So now we're booked clear up till Saturday morning of this week. And then we're just waiting on a couple, waiting on things. I know that I have some more friends out there that are waiting to get paid so they can help. I have a huge list of shout outs, but I also know that charity isn't charity for the sake of being given a shout out. Just know that we appreciate every single one of you. We've had unexpected help from unexpected people. And it is incredible. I have a list written down of who helped us, what they gave us, and that money, when we start making it back and we get totally back on our feet, we will be making up a pay it forward fund. That pay it forward fund will donate to local motels for people to have a night. I will contact the people that have given us the money and ask them, either do you want me to pay it back or do you want it to go into the pay it forward fund? Because Brandy feels bad. Not bad, but he is overwhelmed with the generosity and he doesn't want it to feel like taking a handout. He wants to be able to pay it forward. He wants to either pay people back or put it into this fund to pay it forward to others that are in a similar circumstance. And I don't care one way or the other. I'm 100%, I can pay people back. I can do whatever. So, yeah. It's been amazing. I didn't expect what I got out of last week's video. I was so, I don't even know. I was so overwhelmed with life last week and everything else. The situation that we were in was not ideal. But we're in a place now where we will come out on top. I still don't have a job. Okay, this was another thing. I still don't have a job, despite putting out over 20 applications. I've maybe heard back on 4 of them. I've put out at least 20 different applications, either through the Indeed site or through actual company sites. I have put in applications and I've gotten no contact. And it's not that I don't have experience. And it's not that I think I'm getting bad recommendations from references either. I just think that a lot of these employers aren't really looking. I think that they've gotten so used to finding crap. So now they're looking at quantity over quality. because they're just hiring, and they're not getting back their return, which to me is frustrating. I want to go into a job, I want to give my all, and at the end of it, know that I've done a good job and I'm getting paid for doing that job. But I feel like a lot of these places aren't willing to let people work like that anymore. And it's completely frustrating. Randy is starting his first full day of work today. He went in for orientation yesterday. The benefits are freaking outstanding, but I don't want to go to work for the same place he is, because that ends up being a strain on the factory. Like, it ends up being a strain on his job, because let's say there's an accident or we're sick. That's just both of us being out of the same place, and I don't want to do that. Plus, it's more of a hardship on the kids. So, right now, I've applied to everything under the sun. I'm just waiting. If I'm supposed to get a job, I'll get a job. It'll come. If I'm supposed to have a job, if that's what it's supposed to be next in my path, then I'll get one. I have no doubt. But it's obviously not what's supposed to happen at this time. I told you guys last week that I am currently not in class right now. With everything that's happened, I had to drop out of my classes. And I have not re-enrolled yet because I don't know where I'm going to be. I have to have someplace that has reliable internet for me to be able to continue my schoolwork. The school district here has put up some jobs for counselors, but since I'm still going through school, I'm not sure that I would qualify. And I'm not sure that they would be willing to help me with my schooling. So I'm going to check in. I'm going to check on that, because that's my ultimate goal once I do finish my bachelor's degree, is to go and help with schools. I feel that starting with younger children is going to be more beneficial, because a lot of the mental health issues are happening when they're younger. It happens at home. And that's not to say that it's blaming parents or blaming the living environment or whatever. It's just statistical proof. Yeah. But as far as this place goes, and as far as the Woodards go, we are in a hotel this week. I have air conditioning. I have a shower. I was so freaking happy to come in here and take a shower last week and wash my hair. Oh my goodness, I can't even explain to you. And then my husband, he so graciously pointed out that my white hair is getting worse, you know, because my husband is 6'2" and I'm 5'7", so he towers over me, and you know, he loves pointing out all of my gray hair. So that's something that'll be fixed hopefully soon. We're working on applications for apartments. I've gotten applications in for most of the apartment complexes around here. I'm on a waiting list. I just have to wait. Hence the name. Yeah, it's been real over this last 2 weeks. But here we are, hump day update. And yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for listening to the dog whine his ever-loving butt off. Huh. Oh, he's like, Mom, this is so embarrassing. Oh, huh. He's the best puppy. He really is. He just misses his dad. Because his dad's the girls are still at school for another little bit. They finished up ISATs. And that's where we are at with things. So, until next time, we will wander your way another day. And I hope you all are having a terrific hump day. Love you guys.